Nah, but more recommendations are welcome. What do you want to? What do you want me to listen to and discover about Led Zeppelin? Every time there are some kind comments telling me about the context of the songs, the lyrics that I don't understand, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of you who do that. Hello, people. This is Baba Rakha, and today we're reacting to Led Zeppelin again, Achilles' Last Stand. And before we continue this video, unfortunately, since the last week's video, we lost someone that was and that played a very important role in my world of fiction and dreamland. The actor who played King Theoden in Lord of the Rings and the captain of the ship in Titanic, Mr. Bernard Hill, has unfortunately passed away. He was King Theoden, glorified in the books, brilliantly portrayed by him, and now for wrath, now for ruin, and the red dawn, and then in the Battle of Pelennor Fields, the chant of death, ride now, ride to ruin, ride to the world's ending, to death, death. So yeah, rest in peace, King Theoden. And for those of you illiterates who are not familiar with Lord of the Rings, even if you don't want to make an effort to read the book, watch the movies by Peter Jackson. They're amazing. The Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit I only saw once. The books are amazing. I have only read the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit, but I haven't read the rest of the Middle-earth mythology, the Silmarillion, so and so forth. But yeah, you would definitely like it. I mean, you are watching this video for a reason, because you like great things, like yours truly, Baba Rakha, and followed by a close second, Led Zeppelin. Right. So, if you happen to share Baba Rakha's affinity for greatness, great things on the planet, then join me on my journey and subscribe to the channel. You won't be disappointed. And even if you don't share Baba Rakha's affinity for greatness, because you're listening to music where musicians these days are not required to learn an instrument to become a celebrity musician earning millions of dollars. What they have to do is learn to shoot people. Then there's still time to learn and grow. So subscribe to my channel anyways. I've never heard this song, and I think this is one of those songs that I never heard even back then when I was in school, when I downloaded the Led Zeppelin discography. And this is a live version. This was in 1979, and I was told by one of the this was another suggestion by one of the kind people who suggested this in the comment sections. of one of the previous videos, and I was also told that this was after Robert Plant's son had passed, and if my memory serves me correctly, 1979 was also the year John Bonham unfortunately passed, and yeah. Okay, before we listen to this epic music, let me lighten the mood a little bit, because it seems to be a bit too heavy for a moment right now. You know what I found when I was scrolling on YouTube news over the last week? Meghan Markle is really talented. I mean, to make someone like me from one of the colonies, of the British regime, that gave prostate exams to the entire world, for me, someone like me, to feel bad for Princess Catherine, that requires quite some talent. That's quite an accomplishment. So you gotta give her that. All right, let's listen to some epic music now. Yeah? All right.
This is another piece from Presence. It's the wheelchair piece. It's called Achilles' Last Stand. Last Stand. Thank you.
I've never seen Jimmy Page so, physically active on stage, He's sweating much worse than I am. Almost makes me want to buck up and weather the heat over here. I realize now that in the previous videos, and I really like the songs, I always forgot to mention that I really, really like the songs. Like, the Rain song is my favorite Led Zeppelin song, followed closely by Going to California. And there are many other songs. And this one is something I would have to listen to a few times to understand it. It had a complicated structure. It wasn't just standard, so was the Rain song, but I guess for some reason that resonated with me more. John Bonham at his finest, and John Paul Jones doing a lot of the heavy lifting over here. I think I might enjoy the studio version of this one better, because Jimmy Page's guitar volume might not have been, set right where it should have been. It's possible. I don't know. This is my first time listening to Achilles' Last Stand. And I don't know what the lyrics are about. The limited knowledge that I have about Achilles comes from the movie Troy, played by Brad Pitt and all that stuff. Helen of Troy, played by Diane Kruger. And the whole Trojan horse thing and all that. Let's see what the lyrics are about. It was an April morning when they told us we should go. And as I turned to you, you smiled at me. How could we say no? With all the fun to have, to live the dreams we always had. Oh, the songs to sing when we at last return again. Are they talking about going to the battle? Sending off a glancing kiss to those who claim they know. Below the streets that steam and hiss, the devil's in his hole. Oh, to sail away to sandy lands and other days. Oh, to touch the dream hides inside and never seen. Into the sun, the south, the north. At last the birds have flown. Shackles of commitments fell in pieces on the ground. Oh, to ride the wind, to tread the air above the din. Oh, to laugh aloud, dancing as we fought the crowd. To seek the man whose pointing hand the giant step unfolds, to guide us from the curving path that turns our feet to stone. If one bell should ring in celebration for a king, so fast the heart should beat, as proud the head with heavy feet. Days went by when you and I bathed in eternal summer's glow. As far away and distant our mutual child did grow. Oh, the sweet refrain soothes the soul and calms the pain. Oh, Albion remains, sleeping now to rise again. Wandering and wandering, what place to rest the search? The mighty arms of Atlas hold the heavens from the earth. For the mighty arms of Atlas hold the heavens from the earth, from the earth. I know the way, know the way. Okay. By now, the people who might have seen my previous videos must be aware, as brilliant as Baba Rakha is, there are some neurons that don't really work too well. For example, understanding lyrics sometimes. Achilles' last stand. My limited knowledge about Achilles is from the movie Troy. So my last stand is when he went to Troy to fight off the Trojan. No. Yeah, he went to Troy. No. Wait. Helen of Troy. But it was the Greeks. Man, I'm confused now. But that's where he supposedly dies. But has the movie taken cinematic creative liberties to change the stories as they usually do? You know what? Let's see. Let's listen to the studio version as well to see if there's a reason why I wasn't able to enjoy the live version as much as I hope, as much as I usually enjoy other Led Zeppelin performances, and yeah. Now I get it. Okay, people. This is an anomaly. I usually always say that rock and roll is a music that is not almost always live, that is always better live. Almost always better live. It is always better live. But this one anomaly fell through, and yeah. When I heard the studio version, I got the rhythm, I got the music. The audio in the live version was not clear. I'm sure they did the best. Maybe it was the recording quality. I mean, this was 1979. But then there are really high quality footages from their 1973 show in Madison Square Garden. So I guess the budget for the recording of this concert was really low, because I heard the Going to California also from the 1979 version. After I found out that when I was posting the video, that's when I found out that the 1973 Madison Square Garden or 1975, one of those two, Going to California version was blocked. And there was a observable decline in quality of the video, audio, everything. So okay, I guess, should I avoid listening to the 1979 live audios, and because the studio version, I got it, and immediately like immediately it reminded me of maybe that's where Iron Maiden got their Trooper song from. And then John Paul Jones, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page doing their that was a beautiful section. I'm obviously butchering it, but that in the middle, when suddenly broke it down a little, and brought the and John Bonham, man. I mean, do I even need to say anything? Legendary, absolutely legendary, John Bonham. When was this album? Okay, this was from the album Presence, 1976. Okay. Yeah. But this was the long video, folks. The longest so far when it comes to reaction videos. If you happen to watch along so far, thank you for joining me on my journey, and if you aren't subscribed yet, it would mean a lot to me. I mean, it would mean a lot to Baba Rakha, and it would be of great benefit to you as well, Baba Rakha. But more recommendations are welcome. what do you want to what do you want me to listen to and discover about Led Zeppelin. Every time there are some kind comments telling me about the context of the songs, the lyrics that I don't understand, and I'm so grateful to each and every one of those, one of you who do that. And yeah, let me know. Until next time, take care. До свидания. Au revoir.